Thank you for joining in. We are live, everybody. Thank you for being here. And I want to thank you all for being here. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, wherever you are. We got you covered. Um, LinkedIn, we are hanging out. So listen, this is what I'm here to talk about. Look at this. This is a fruit of love. You want a detox? There's nothing better than watermelon. This watermelon is so good. Now, sometimes people are worried about sugar, and they shouldn't be, because unless you're a diabetic and you want to check with your doctor, but the natural sugars in fruit are totally different than processed sugars. So don't confuse that. But honestly, there's nothing better than starting your day with a ton of fresh fruit. There's a very famous book called Fit for Life. Okay, I think the author was Harvey. I forget his name. So the reason you have fruit in the mornings is because usually you've gone to the bathroom and you've cleared up your bladder and your gut, and you want to have fruit like this on an empty stomach. And that's the key, right? People don't. I didn't realize for years. You have no idea how unhealthy I was until I started doing my own research and started going through all the different parts of the things. And this is the stuff that God has given us, which is fresh fruit. So take it up in the mornings. If you really want to detox, stick with watermelon. Some people do celery. Now remember, if you're going to have the fruit, which I prefer the fruit, I don't like juicing, is because what happens is you get the extra fiber. And the reason I am an expert in this. And the reason is I've suffered from irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, 30 years. And anybody who suffered with any sort of gut sort of issue, right? They know what I'm talking about. That sometimes, there's other diseases similar. You've got Crohn's disease. You've got so many other types of things going on. And for irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, there's no known cure. So what I've known after 30 years is get to know your body. Get to know what works best for your body. And experiment to see what works, what doesn't. Because in a sense, it is a bit of a trial and error. Now, I brought up the watermelon to show you how wonderful that is. Let me just do a little change. First of all, let's change and get rid of the background. I think, you know what? We don't even need the virtual background. Stick with the regular background. Or you want to change it up? This here was when I was in Morocco. And remember, if you're on Instagram right now, you don't see that screen behind me, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But there's a little lighthouse for everybody watching on YouTube, for watching on LinkedIn, you're watching on Facebook group or whatever. Yeah, that's an amazing. I love going to Morocco. I was not vegan when a few years ago at the time, but usually when I travel, you try to avoid meat or unhealthy things anyways. So I'm telling you, there's nothing, in my own opinion, and I was a former carnivore. When I first almost converted, I was having dreams of lamb chops at night. That's the withdrawal symptoms that I had. So I've been there, right? I'm not one of those people just woke up and that I knew it was for me. I just thought I needed to make a change in my life. And I'm just here to let people know that they can do that too, right? Like people were saying, You can't have just watermelon. You know why? And I'll tell you why. Something that we all know this. That our bodies are continually need to detox and to cleanse. And if we don't give it the hydration, right? This is why the watermelon detox that we're talking about here is amazing. It's wonderful. Highly recommend the watermelon detox. So let me know what you think about the watermelon detox before I move on. Something else I want to bring up, which is this. If you see that right there, people are like, what is this? What is this? So this is something I came up with. It is unreal. I've given it to people and they're like, can I buy this from you? And all it is pure natural blueberries that I've marinated in love with apple cider vinegar. So the apple cider vinegar removes all the pesticides and things like that. And I put a little bit of extra fiber of psyllium husk in there. You can see that's like a vegan jello. Like, honestly. It's a bit tart, right? It does get tart because then you pick up the immunity properties from the apple cider vinegar, right? I'm so much healthier than people my age, because remember, anything can happen to you, especially in my situation when I've been suffering from irritable bowel syndrome or IBS for years. So do not miss out on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe I'm gonna just stick to that. The watermelon. And guess what? Most people don't know this. You can't even eat Jello. This is like a vegan Jello. It's so much healthier because it's been soaked in apple cider vinegar. Because the reason is Jello, the gelatins are animal based on most of them. And the thing is, if you were a casual vegetarian or casual vegan, you would think it's okay to eat Jello, but it's not. That's why if anybody wants, I have free versions of Vegan, Not Vegan, the board game. Pass that out to you guys. We should kind of play it. So remember, live a healthy life in spite of what people say. You know how it's like everybody always comes around when the end is near. And I'll give you a funny story. I have everybody wants to eat healthier when the doctor tells them or whatever, right? They don't want to do it on their own because they know, hey, it's so much easier to just grab that fast food burger. And remember, even vegan food, if it can be highly processed too. That's why, look at that. How much today, a Sunday, I always make Sundays for my detox day. And I'm going to go through so much watermelon. Yes, I will be going to the bathroom a lot. Well, that's how you detox, right? That's why we keep drinking water and water. Excuse me. This is so good. I'm not going to lie to you that I do love the sugar in here. So, it's natural sugar. It's not processed. And anyway, this is truly what Mother Nature gave us. So, let me know what you think. So, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the blueberry we talked about, right? And then we got the detox going on with the watermelon. So, take it for what it is. If you see you're watching on Facebook, but you can't see that on Insta, I'm heading to Bali very soon. I'm going to be in Australia a month from now. Excited that. Shout out to Brad for joining us. How are you, buddy? I'm just gonna be heading out. We're still talking about fruit. We're live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. We are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. You know what? I got it. Excuse me. I got to start doing some more Amazon Live. There's Amazon Prime Days coming up, so I'm gonna be doing for US audience. I'm gonna be going back on Amazon soon. You know, thank you all for being here. And we're talking about fruit. Brad, keep it up, buddy. Let me know if you're gonna be down in Bali. I'm gonna be in Ubud starting basically end of November. On the 20th of November, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there into the new year. I'm gonna be there until February when I'm taking a little side trip. So peace out, everybody.